Hello, my name is Brandon Tenori and I'm with the Writers Assistance Network. I'm here at the Writers Guild of America, and today we're going to be working with the Writers Guild Foundation. And what we're going to be talking about is a really cool program that they established, and it's specifically for veterans. I did not know this existed, and when I did find out it existed, I absolutely wanted to know more. So today we're going to be talking with Kira Vanderbrand, and she's going to tell us more about the Writers Guild Foundation and this Veterans Fellowship. So, Kira, please tell me, what is your position here at the Writers Guild Foundation?
I'm the Programs and Community Outreach Manager.
Okay, and how long have you been working in that position?
I started with the foundation last February of this year, actually, so still pretty recent.
Okay.
And I fully transitioned into this specific position around April. I took over for the old director of programming.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, just to start off, and I am currently an associate member of the Writers Guild. Mm-hmm. So I still haven't fully navigated everything that's offered here. So if you don't mind, just tell me a little bit about what the Writers Guild Foundation is.
Yeah, so the foundation itself is the charitable arm of the WGA. We're associated with, but we function independently of the WGA itself. So that gives us freedom to really do a lot of programming while still having access to resources here at the Guild. And basically the overall purpose of the WGF is to provide, it's to promote and preserve the craft and the history of screenwriting. And we do that in a lot of different ways through our events, which are available to the general public, through our library, which we're in right now. And a lot of that is through our programming, which includes the Veterans Writing Project.
Okay. So, I mean, transitioning right into that, can you please tell me about the Veterans Writing Project?
Yeah,
okay.
That's it, yeah. So it was established about 10 years ago, so we're saying that we're in our 10th cycle, and it's kind of grown into what it is today. But basically it's designed to provide military veterans, U.S. military veterans, with resources and tools and mentorship to help them emerge in the industry. Mm-hmm. So our goal is to give them basically the tools to learn more about screenwriting. Some of them are a little newer, some of them have experience, and then eventually try to find employment opportunities as a result of the program. And I can also speak a little bit more on the structure if you'd like.
Absolutely, please, just tell me.
Yeah.
I would like to learn as much as possible. You know, like I said, when I heard about this program, it was an eye-opening experience. I wanted to know more because I just think about family members that I have that are veterans and how they utilize the benefits that are out there for them that maybe they just don't know about. So I really would just like as much information as you can provide so that anyone that's out there in the writing world that, hey, I did my time in the military, you know, this is something I'm interested in. Can I apply for it? So any information that you have, I would be happy for you to offer it.
Perfect, yeah. So what makes, I think, this program special is that you actually are mentored in small groups by WGA members. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of getting advice straight from the source. The general structure of the program, we start out with this weekend retreat. It's an intensive 2-day program, usually a Saturday and Sunday, typically kind of spring, early summer. Basically, everyone who's accepted into the program arrives and they meet their mentors, typically the ones that they'll have for the year. Sometimes there's some shifting. They go through kind of intensive workshops that focus around the actual craft of writing and the basics, the general things that you need to know. And they break out into these small groups and start working with these WGA members who help them really suss out what it is they want to write about over the course of the year. Because one of the key parts of the program is that over the course of 1 year, you develop either a feature or a pilot script, and you come out with a fully finished project that has been looked at, by your mentors, by your other group members. So after that retreat, you kind of leave with your concept, and this is followed by, the way we do it now is an 8-week summer program. And during that program, each week is a different subject that we focus on. So it could be premise, character, writing for feature, writing for TV, dialogue, and we get deep into the details for all of those subjects. So by the end of that 8-week program, the way we kind of laid it out now, you have your ideas nailed down. You're starting to move forward with the structure of your script, and you have an idea for the rest of the year, your plan, your general plan, like an outline. And then following that, we move into the monthly meetings, which is the kind of the final portion of the program. And each month we have different guest speakers come in. So this year we've had industry representatives, like we've had producers and agents, managers coming from just to speak on their expertise and share with the program. And then they also continue to break out into those groups with their mentors and continue to develop that script, which finally leads us to the last part, which is the pitch night. And this is also kind of another unique aspect of the program, where we want people to actually have the opportunity to do their first real pitch, if they haven't before, because many haven't.
Most people haven't.
Yeah. And to do it in front of someone who you're trying to get into the room with already.
Right.
So we have different representatives and executives come in. We also have managers and basically anyone who has that connection. And we've actually had a lot of people who have come out of pitch night with with some meaningful contacts under their belt. So that's our goal, is for people to get that first foot in the door. And even if that's not that's not the start of something for them, it's still giving them the experience and the context for doing that on their own, because that's very intimidating.
Right.
To be in the room with someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's like the overall structure of the program.
That's awesome. So another question I would want to know is just like, so this program has been around for 10 years. You said 10 cycles. Mm-hmm. Where did it come from? You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the foundation of where it came from will help people understand, like, because I know these programs, they all get their start somewhere, and whether it's an individual or just a group, a collective of people, they felt it was important. So
Yeah.
how did this program start?
Yeah, so I'd say the main way it started was there was a group of WGA members who learned a little bit more about the Writers Guild Initiative, which is actually Writers Guild of America East members' version of the foundation. They also function independently, and they run a series of workshops. I believe it's called the Helen Deutsch workshop, something similar, that members over here in the West saw that they were doing some work with veterans. I'm not sure how far into their programming they had gotten at that point, but they decided that we needed to develop our own version of that program here, just because there's plenty of veterans in this area that would be looking for exactly that kind of work, and we did open it up nationally as well, so we can also invite out-of-town people, which is something I don't believe had been done before.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so they wanted to take that, and then the foundation was tasked with finding a way to make that work, and it grew into what we have today.
So with the national aspect of it, like, are the veterans provided maybe some housing or any other type of benefits while they're here in LA for that time? Because I know everyone can't just up and move to expensive Los Angeles. It's just not in everybody's, it's not within their reach.
Yeah, so we found a way to kind of get around that housing idea, and we provide kind of virtual mentorship to a lot of out-of-town people. So they do account for a smaller portion of the number of people we admit. We usually have about 50 total veterans, and we have about 10 out of town, and they can be from really anywhere in the U.S.
Okay.
So kind of the way it works with them is we do our best to find them an individual mentor who will call, Skype with them, find a way to connect with them virtually, like Skype, whatever, it's up to them at that point. They do fly in for the retreat weekend. We keep them in the loop. They move through the year. We try to keep them on the same trajectory as everyone else in the group. And then they also fly in for the pitch night program as well, assuming they qualify, and usually most do.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you said 50 are in the program. So around how many submissions do you all get?
We get quite a few now. It grows every year.
Okay.
I believe it was well in the 200s range.
That's great.
Last time, so probably a little over 250. And as we expand our reach, we get more and more, which is wonderful. Hopefully one day we can grow the program even more.
Absolutely.
But I think it's really, the good thing is that it's very functional when you have kind of a smaller group, because then you really do get that one-on-one experience and meaningful feedback from the mentors who are there.
That's awesome. So with that being said, like, what are the requirements to submit or just to be involved with the program?
Yeah. So basically, it's open to any U.S. military veterans. We do ask that you just submit some proof of service. That's included in the application itself, which is basically it's an online application. It asks for general background info, and then when you get down to the actual writing portion, we usually ask for 2 to 3 log lines, so sample log lines. Not everyone has done those before, but it's pretty simple, and we generally try to encourage people to use ideas that they actually want to develop. So ideally, one of those log lines you submit in your application is going to be the one that you move forward with after retreat. So you submit those log lines, and then we ask for a writing sample. And it doesn't have to be a script. It doesn't have to be anything like that. One time, someone submitted portions of his novel that he published, or someone submitted poetry. So basically, you just have to show an aptitude in some way for writing and a desire and the commitment to move forward with the entirety of the program. Because, as much as the members are putting in and we're putting in to make it happen, we want the vets to make the most of it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's totally understandable. And who should apply to this program?
Well, I think if you have a passion for screenwriting and you have the will to really make a career out of it, or to just pursue it in some way, some meaningful way, then that's who should apply. We don't want to restrict it too much, but as long as you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to commit that time, then that's who should apply.
Awesome. So how successful has the program been for the veterans so far?
Yeah, I think it's great. Like on a small level, I get a lot of feedback as to how people are growing in their own personal way. For us, it's been really inspiring because we've seen a pretty big handful of graduates and alumni go on to become members, which is kind of the intention, and to become staffed on shows, to sell their scripts. So, we always keep a running list of people who become members so we could go back and check in with them later. I think we have probably about 6 or so that have actually become mentors for this program.
That's amazing.
After becoming members, that's kind of like the ultimate reward, and they're giving right back to the same program that they participated in. So it's been great. We've also had several vets go on to join writing programs, some very competitive ones. One of the vets from last year is actually currently participating in the Universal Writers Program, which I think accepted 10 out of at least 1,000 applicants.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so there's seriously talented people coming out of it, and
That's really
we're just
awesome.
here to kind of help facilitate in whatever way we can.
That's amazing. So who actually supports this initiative? Like, I know the support has to come from somewhere. So can you just tell me about like what that looks like?
Yeah. On the financial side, we are consistently applying for grants, external grants. I think currently we have one from the California Arts Council that kind of helps us move forward financially with it, as well as some grants from WGA and funding from income we get from events, which is actually a big source of income for us, because we do host a lot of events that are open to the public. And so in order to keep it free, we find that funding from several different areas. And then on the actual implementation side, we're eternally grateful to the members who volunteer their time. They're basically just putting themselves out there and not really asking for anything in return, which is just a fantastic gift. And they do always go above and beyond what we expect of them, including staying in touch with people who are part of the program well after it's finished. So I'd say it's like the major implementation support comes from the members themselves. And then we're really grateful as well because a lot of community members also choose to volunteer their time. So everyone who comes through and delivers a panel or comes to our pitch night, they're all just doing it so that they can help out with the local veteran writing community.
That's awesome. So for anyone that might see this video and they want to support it, what would they need to do? Yeah,
so there's kind of 3 ways you can get involved. So that's if you're a veteran yourself and you want to hop on board and apply. We're going to open up applications for this 2020 cycle in January, from January to February. And all that information's on our website under our programming page. So yeah, we definitely encourage anyone who thinks that this might be a good fit for them to apply. And then we accept volunteers. Volunteers who want to help with the program themselves don't have to be members. We have some amazing volunteers who come through and they help with the program and hopefully get to gain something out of it as well. And then we also ask WG members who want to get involved. All they have to do is contact me. My information's on the website as well. And they can get started volunteering, which is always, again, like a fantastic way, I think, to meet new emerging writers.
Right.
I found that some of the people who have mentored have actually gone back and staffed some of our own graduates on their shows. So it's also kind of good for them because you get to really see that talent up close and help people, build themselves up.
Absolutely, and paying it forward is always the way to go.
Exactly.
You should always be willing to reach back and give people the same opportunity that you were given.
Exactly, yeah, it's wonderful.
Well, Kira, I really appreciate your time, and thank you so much. Like, I am really excited that I learned more about this program and that I can share it with the public here. And I'm really hoping that, for the future, it'll continue to be successful.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Wonderful.
The submission period for the Veterans Writing Project is currently open and will stay open through February 24th. The Veterans Writing Project functions in large part due to community donations. If anyone wants to donate, they can do so using the link below.